Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel Gigi on Gower. My name's Deb. So this video today is a video in collaboration with Karen from Books with Karen, who needs, I'm sure, no introduction. She has a fabulous book channel and a booktube, and yeah, well, it's a channel that she started relatively recently, but it's going from strength to strength. So if you follow me and you don't follow her, which I'm sure is very unlikely, but if that's the case, please follow Karen on Books with Karen. So what we decided we would do, it's the Burr months, welcome to September. And so what we thought we'd do, we'd talk about the books that we're hoping to read in autumn. For me, autumn is the ideal time for reading. It's the autumn months, September, October, November is when you can get cozy and read all the books that you've been putting off during the summer when you've been out enjoying the sunshine and the outdoors life. But when autumn comes around, we're back indoors reading and watching TV and just the indoor life, isn't it? So, and I've made no bones about the fact that the dark months are not my favourite time of year, but not the start of the dark months. I love autumn and I love the beginning of winter. I like the coziness, I like the leaves and the fires and and most of all the autumn reading. So Karen and I decided that we'd each pick 6 books and we talk about those 6 books. I have no idea which books Karen has picked, and she doesn't know which books I've picked. So sorry if there's any overlap, but obviously even if there is, we'll probably both have different things to say about the books that we're hoping to read. So if this is something that you're interested in, please keep watching. Okay, so the first book that I'm going to read is this one by Frances White, and it's called Voyage of the Damned. So the front cover says, there will be magic, there will be murder, so ideal for autumn. It says the Sunday Times bestseller. So I'm going to put my glasses on so I can see. So it says, the reviews say, Agatha Christie with glitter magic, clever and comedic while also heartfelt and harrowing, by Sunyi Dean, author of The Book Eaters. So I'll read you the blurb. It says, for 1,000 years, Concordia has maintained peace between its provinces. To mark this incredible feat, the Emperor's ship embarks upon a 12-day voyage to the sacred Goddess's Mountain. Aboard are the heirs to the 12 provinces of Concordia, each graced with a unique and secret magical ability known as a blessing, except one, Ganymede's Piscaro, class clown, slacker, and all-round disappointment. But when a beloved heir is murdered, every one of these powerful people becomes a suspect. Now Ganymedes, alone and vulnerable without a blessing, must become the hero he was never born to be. With the body count rising, can he unmask the killer before they reach the shore? It says it's a brilliantly clever tale full of heartwarming characters, riveting twists, and a gloriously conceived world. That last review was written by B. Fitzgerald, best-selling author of Girl, Goddess, Queen. That sounds quite good too, doesn't it? Yeah, so that's what I'm probably going to read first. So that's that. That's Voyage of the Damned by Frances White. I'll put all the books down on my list down below. So that's the first book. Yeah, I told you I like magic. So that's magic and mystery, 2 in 1 for that one. So the second book, I think I'm going to have a drink. So I've got some iced coffee, and my husband's back from Hell Energy in Hungary, and he bought some little samples. So this iced coffee is gingerbread flavour. Don't know what it's like. I'm not recommending it, and I've said before, I'm not paid for that. Neither is my husband. So, but I just thought I'd tell you because I'm going to open and drink it. I'll pour it into a glass. Yeah, gingerbread. So it's not, I don't think it's cold enough for warm coffee yet. I have iced coffee throughout the year anyway, so I put it in some ice. I'll sip it and see what it's like. think maybe I need to leave it to let it get a bit colder, because he literally just walked in the house. So I think it needs to cool down a bit first. I'm not sure about that. Anyway, the second book that I've got is by Emily Lloyd-Jones, and it's called The Drowned Woods, and it says the right cause can topple a kingdom. And this is the winner of the 2023 Near Nanog Awards, and that's that book. And it says, the oceans will rise, a kingdom will fall. Once upon a time, the kingdoms of Wales were rife with magic and conflict, and Mer is well acquainted with both. For years, she's been running from the prince who bound it into his service and forced her to kill thousands with her water magic. Now, all Mer truly wants is a quiet life, far from power and politics. But then Mer's old handler offers her a proposal. Use her powers to bring down the very prince who abused them both. With the help of a fake cursed man, a snarky thief, and a corgi that may or may not be a spy, Mer must decide if she's prepared to run for the rest of her life, or to stand and fight for her freedom and peace. It says part heist novel, part dark fairy tale, and rich with Welsh legends. The Drowned Woods is perfect for fans of Kristen Cashaw and Maria V. Snyder. Oh, well, that sounds fun. I haven't read any of Emily Lloyd-Jones's books before, and I'll read you a few reviews. It says, a wondrous tale, one that feels timeless and divine, by BuzzFeed. Okay, so if you're a fan of BuzzFeed, that's what they have to say about that. A Culture Fly says, magic, fairies, a heist plot, and a warmongering ruler to destabilize. That's by Culture Fly. Kirkus says, a gorgeous, intricate fantasy. Publishers Weekly says, an ethereal read. School Library Journal says, an enjoyable escape for readers of all types of fantasy novels. Parsecs is gripping, and My London said, for fans of Little Thieves and Six of Crows. Okay, so I don't know if this is I'm not sure if this might be a YA novel. I'm going to check and see if that's a YA novel. Let me just have a look. What's that called? The Drowned Woods. Oops. I'm not sure if this is a YA novel, but potentially for readers of all ages. It sounds good, and so I'm going to read that next. Okay, so The Drowned Woods apparently is a YA novel, just to let you know, but it has got some romance, and I don't know, I feel like for me the appeal is talking about the kingdoms of Wales. Obviously I live in Wales, so I think that, and it's not very long, it seemed like quite a short book, which I think I'll probably get through quite quickly. I like the cover. So yeah, obviously the jury's out on all of these books because I haven't read any of them yet. So, and I just want to say, this gingerbread latte is horrible. So I will be throwing that down the sink and getting something else in a minute. Okay, I've disposed of the coffee because it was absolutely horrible. Well, I disposed of it. I left it in the kitchen to see when my husband's finished. He's working. So when he nips down to see if he's going to get himself a cup of coffee, he can taste that and see whether he likes it or not. Anyway, so the next story I've got is this one. It's called The Invisible Library by Genevieve Cogman. So that's what that looks like. And so it says, what the blurb is: one spy one dangerous book, one deadly mission. And I'll read some of the okay, so no, sorry about that. It says Irene must be on top of her game or she'll be off the case permanently. Sorry, my hair. Irene is a professional spy for the mysterious library, which harvests fiction from different realities. And along with her enigmatic assistant, Kai, she's posted to an alternative London. Their mission, to retrieve a dangerous book. But when they arrive, it's already been stolen. London's underground factions seem prepared to fight to the very death to find her book. Adding to the jeopardy, this world is chaos infested. The laws of nature bent to allow supernatural creatures and unpredictable magic. Irene's new assistant is also hiding secrets of his own, and soon she's up to her eyebrows in a heady mix of danger, clues, and secret societies. Yet failure is not an option. The nature of reality itself is at stake. So N.K. Jemisin says, I absolutely loved this, flavoured with truly unique mythology and a dash of the Eldritch. Oh, Eldritch horror. I'm a fan of that. Well, I say I'm a fan of it. I read it. So there's a little bit of a blurb about Genevieve Cogman inside the book. It says, Genevieve Cogman started on Tolkien and Sherlock Holmes at an early age and has never looked back. But on perhaps a more prosaic note, she has an MSc in statistics with medical applications and has wielded this in an assortment of jobs: clinical coder, data analyst, and classification specialist. She's also previously worked as a freelance role-playing game writer. Caitlin does that. Her hobbies include patchwork, beading, knitting, and gaming. And she lives in the north of England. I think they're literally talking about my daughter here. She doesn't live in the north of England, obviously, but she has very crafty hobbies, including writing for role-playing games. The Invisible Library is the first novel in her Invisible Library series. So that's that. I'm looking forward to that. That sounds like a romp. So that's the third book. 3 out of 6. Where's the other one? Okay, so the next one is this book's by Kevin Gerard Hosein. It's published by Bloomsbury, and it says it's a shimmering slice of Trinidadian Gothic by the Times. That's what the Times says. It was longlisted for the Dylan Thomas Prize, and it's by astonishing Bernardine Evaristo, who's a very good author. So that it's astonishing, and Hilary Mantel, another very good author, says deeply impressive. And this book is called Hungry Ghosts. It says immersive and beautifully written. It was impossible to put down. That's what the Independent had to say about it. The Times says, like a Greek tragedy relocated to a Gothic Caribbean setting worthy of Jean Rhys. So if you've read The Wide Sargasso Sea, that's what Jean Rhys wrote. A story of cursed families and inherited vengeance, inexplicable horrors and impossible dreams. And the Daily Mail said it's a barnstorming fable about the perils of upward mobility, told with riveting verve. This is a terrific novel. That's interesting. I'll tell you about the book, then I'll tell you what I was going to say after that. Okay, so the book says, about the book, it's on a hill overlooking Bell Village. Dalton and Marley Changor live in a luxury unrecognisable to those who reside in its shadow. Down below, in a ramshackle building of wood and tin, Hans Schwetter and Krishna Sarup live in another world entirely, one shaped by backbreaking work, grinding poverty and devotion to faith. When Dalton Changor goes missing and Marley's safety is compromised, Hans is lured by the promise of a handsome stipend to move to the farm as watchman. But as the mystery of Dalton's disappearance unfolds, their life becomes hellishly entwined, and the small community is altered forever. That sounds very good. I like the sound of that. So that's the fourth book. So what I was for a moment, I was going to talk about a film that I watched on Netflix, and yeah, give it a watch if you want to. The film is called Catching Feelings. It's a South African film by a South African actor and director. So I don't know if you like it. Well, I quite liked it, and it just reminded me of that. It reminded me of people striving to well, that's not theoretically what the film's about, but it kind of reminded me of that. I've got a spider in the window, outside of the window. Yeah, so that's the 4 books, and I've got 2 more to speak about. So I'll be back in a sec. Okay, so my next book, my next 2 books are on Kindle because I haven't bought them, and when I do buy them, I'm gonna buy them on Kindle. So I'm going to order this one, which is Richard Osman's The Impossible Fortune, which is the new Thursday Murder Club mystery. So this book is it's out for pre-order, so I think it is published on the 25th of September. So it says so this book says, it's been a quiet year for the Thursday Murder Club. Joyce is busy with table plans and first dancers. Elizabeth is grieving. Ron is dealing with family troubles, and Ibrahim is still providing therapy to his favourite criminal. But when Elizabeth meets her wedding guest who fears for their life, the thrill of the chase is ignited once again. A villain wants access to an uncrackable code and will stop at nothing to get it. Plunged back into their most explosive investigation yet, can the gang solve the puzzle and a murder in time? And yeah, as I say, it's available for pre-order now. That is part of the Thursday Murder Club, and that book is called The Impossible Fortune. It is currently on Amazon for £11 to pre-order if you pre-order today. Obviously Amazon is not the only bookseller, but it's £11 on Amazon, and yeah, I'm gonna get that, and I think it looks like a romp, and I enjoy the Thursday Murder Club stories, and of course it's just they've just made a show that's out on Netflix right now. I think it just came out last week, so yeah, I hope that is something that you will enjoy if you get that, and let me know if you do, if you read it, if you enjoy it. If you read any of these books, please let me know. So the final book in my 6 books that I've chosen for my autumn, to put on my autumn TBR, is called I'll tell you now, it's called is this one. It's, hold on a sec, sorry, I'll be back. Sorry about that. So this is the book that I wanted to tell you about. It's called, and this was recommended to me by my daughter Claire, and it's called Nettle and Bone by Kingfisher, and this was a Goodreads Choice Award in 2022. It was a nominee for Reader's Favourite Fantasy in 2022. So the blurb of this book says, after years of seeing her sister suffer at the hands of an abusive prince, after years of seeing her sister suffer at the hands of an abusive prince, Mara, the shy convent-raised third-born daughter, had finally realised that no one's coming to their rescue, no one except for Mara herself. Seeking help from a powerful grave witch, Mara is offered the tools to kill a prince if she can complete 3 impossible tasks, but as is the way in tales of princes, witches and daughters, the impossible is only the beginning. On her quest, Mara is joined by the grave witch, a reluctant fairy godmother, a strapping former knight, and a chicken possessed by a demon. Together, the 5 of them intend to be the hand that closes around the throat of the prince and frees Mara's family and their kingdom from its tyrannous ruler at last. So, yeah, it's a fairy tale. It's an adventure, and it's about witches, which is what I like. So I've read one Kingfisher novel before, which was, what was The Seventh Wife, I think it was called. Let me just check. Yeah, I think it was called The Seventh Wife. Yeah, was it? Yeah. The Seventh Bride, sorry, not The Seventh Wife, The Seventh Bride, which was a take on the Bluebeard story. So yeah, so that they are my six books. So it's the Richard Osman one, the T. Kingfisher one, Hungry Ghost by Kevin Jarrett Hosein, The Drowned Woods by Emily Lloyd-Jones, The Invisible Library by Genevieve Cogman, and The Voyage of the Damned by Frances White. I guess they're all quite magic heavy and kind of like murder mystery heavy, or mystery heavy at least. So, and that's what I like. I'm not saying that these are going to be the only books that I read in over autumn, but these are books that I've got, I haven't read, and I'm really looking forward to reading in autumn. So once you've watched this video, please go and watch Karen's video too. I'm gonna watch that right now and see what Karen's come up with. And if you liked this video, please subscribe to my channel. I think that I haven't done many, I've done a few bookish videos, but my channel isn't all about that. It's just general lifestyle. Just, I think I said before, it's just anything that I feel like putting on a video, I put on there, put on here, should I say. So, but what I intend to do going forward, if you're a fan of reading, if you're a fan of books, I'm going to make 2 videos a week from now on. My one video is going to be all about books, and my second video is my lifestyle video. So on a Tuesday, I think this video will go out on Wednesday. You'll be watching this on, well, I don't know if you'll be watching it on Wednesday, but it will have gone out on Wednesday. But going forward, my videos will be my book videos will be on a Tuesday. So every Tuesday, I'm going to chat about books. I haven't got the bandwidth to make an entirely new channel about books, so it'll all be on the same channel as Gigi Ungower. So Tuesday books, Thursday other lifestyle videos. So if you'd like to know what I have to say and what I think about books and what I'm reading, please follow my channel and like and subscribe to this video. And as I said, go and watch Karen's On Books with Karen. And thank you so much for watching. It's been a blast. Thanks.